Hello to you, my fellow Gooners, and welcome to Arsenal TV. This is my preview for Arsenal versus Norwich, and this game is going to be at the Emirates Stadium. This game will be at 6 p.m. UK time, and this game will be broadcasted on BT Sport 1. Now, what do we know about Arsenal? Well, Arsenal are finally back at home for the first time since Wednesday, the 7th of March, before the Premier League got suspended and before the whole of England went into lockdown. Now, after the two defeats that Arsenal got at the start of the restart of the Premier League, Arsenal have now got two back-to-back straight wins. We got a win against Southampton last time out in the Premier League away from home, and we got a win against Sheffield United in the FA Cup last time out. So we are back to winning ways. During this game against Norwich, Arsenal will desperately be wanting to keep the momentum going and taking that momentum back at home, and hopefully that Arsenal might be able to get a win. Now, despite Norwich being bottom of the Premier League, Arsenal should be confident in securing those 3 points for this game. But the only problem is Arsenal do need to be very, very careful. And the reason why I say that we need to be careful, because if you remember, it was on the Sunday, the 1st of December, when Arsenal had to go to Norwich and had to go to Carrow Road. But we actually came away with a point, and I think we was all quite surprised about that. But during that game against Norwich away from home, Aubameyang scored both of our goals, and it proves that Norwich, even though they're at the bottom of the Premier League table at the moment and looking very likely to be relegated, Arsenal can't take them lightly. So that's why I say that Arsenal need to be very, very careful. Now, what do we know about Norwich? Norwich coming into this game against Arsenal, they are coming off of back of 4 straight defeats, and that's including the FA Cup defeat to Man United last time out. Now, Norwich are currently sitting 20th on the Premier League table, and they are 6 points off from Aston Villa, and they are currently 19th on the Premier League table with a game in hand as well. So it looks very likely that that Norwich could be going straight out of the Premier League, but if they will be desperately for a win against Arsenal and to keep pushing themselves out of relegation. But can I see that happening? No, not really. And the reason why I say that, because, Norwich, they've been playing such great football in attack, but they just can't seem to keep it together at the back in defence. Now, Norwich have conceded 56 goals this season, and that explains why that they are at the bottom of the league. This game for Norwich is a must-win. They cannot lose it. They cannot draw it. They have to win. So both teams will be looking to win. That's for sure. Now, the player for Norwich to watch out for is Todd Cantwell. He is the number 10 for them, and he plays as a centre attacking midfielder. And he's the heartbeat of the midfield for them, and he's the one that, that wants to drive forward, to go and attack the opposition's back line. Now, Todd Cantwell actually scored a goal in the FA Cup against Man United, but unfortunately, Man United came away with the winner in extra time. So they're now out of the FA Cup. So as I said, both teams will be looking for a win. And I think that Arsenal should be the team that's going to go into this game with confidence. Norwich, they'll probably look at this game and think, well, we've got nothing to lose. Let's go out there and let's play with a bit of freedom and express ourselves and see what happens. So guys, with that said, I'm going to get into my predicted lineup for this game. I'm going to go with a 4-3-3. So starting off in goal is going to be Martinez. Now, for me, against Sheffield United, I thought he played really well. Made some really, really good saves to keep us into the game. I thought his distribution was really, really good as well. And he does command his area. So I've got no problem in having Martinez in goal. We're going to go to the defensive area. At right back, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I thought he played really well against Sheffield United. He was overlapping Pepe. Now, when have we seen Bellerin do that? to get onto the overlap. We haven't seen him do that for a long time. Now, what Ainsley Maitland-Niles needs to do, he now needs to take this position as his own. And he needs to think to himself, well, look, I'm actually playing in the first team for Arsenal. So he needs to now take that on board, and he now needs to give 110% in that position. Because at the moment, I would rather have Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back than I would Bellerin. I thought he played really well against Sheffield United, and I'm not going to take him out. I'm going to stick him in. We're going to go to the left back position, and I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. Now, all the Arsenal fans have now been saying that they would like to see Kieran Tierney as a future captain. So would I. And the reason why, because if he got handed the captaincy at Arsenal, it wouldn't be something new to him, because Kieran Tierney was captain for Celtic and he was captain for Scotland as well. So he has that natural ability in being a leader. Now, against Sheffield United, he was my man of the match. The reason why, because he was a threat going forward and he was even a threat at defence as well. Sheffield United over on that left-hand side could not cope with Kieran Tierney whatsoever. And I would like to see more of it. So I'm going to go with Kieran Tierney. We're going to go to the two centre-halves. First off, I'm going to go with Mustafi. I thought Mustafi had actually I thought he had a good game against Sheffield United, to be honest. He went about his business. There's one point where he switched off and Sheffield United was in. But that's always been the same with Mustafi, and I'm going to stick him in there. He's been playing well for us, so I'm going to go with Mustafi. Playing alongside him, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. Against Sheffield United, when he came on for David Luiz, he was very rusty, very ropey. And I was thinking to myself, what is going on here? He was letting people getting into that box as well. He wasn't aware of what was going on. And I was thinking to myself, what happened to the Rob Holding that was playing, against Southampton? Because I thought that he had a really good game against Southampton. And that's what I want. I want to see that Rob Holding that was at Southampton and not that was at Sheffield United. So I'm going to go with Rob Holding. We're going to go to the midfield three. First off, I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. I thought Granit Xhaka had a solid game against Sheffield United. Yes, he gave away a few sloppy passes in the first half. But I thought he actually controlled the midfield after a while, and I thought he had a solid game. So I'm going to go with Granit Xhaka. Playing alongside him, I'm going to go with Joe Willock. Now, the reason why I'm going with Joe Willock, we need that energy. We need that drive to go forward as well. And we need a player that's going to be enthusiastic, and that's what he is. And I would actually like to see him track back more as well. So I'm going to go with Joe Willock. We're going to go to the number 10 role, and I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. I thought against Sheffield United, I think it was one of his quietest games. And the reason why is, he wasn't the highlight of the game. But I thought he did have a good game, though. And every part of the counter-attacking that happened, it all started from Saka. So I would like to see him in that number 10 role. We're going to go to the attacking three. First off, at right wing, I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. I thought Nicolas Pepe had a really, really great game against Sheffield United. He stepped up, took the penalty, took that well. He had a chance of getting the second goal. And you look at the way Pepe was playing, that's his best game in an Arsenal shirt. And the reason why that was his best game, because he had Ainsley Maitland-Niles behind him and not Hector Bellerin. That's the reason why. If you give Pepe the ball near the final third, he can then attack the opposition's defence. But if you're giving him the ball from the halfway line and he's got his face looking towards his own goal, there's no way you're going to get the best out of him that way. So we need to get the ball nearer to the opposition for him to attack it. And it proves against Sheffield United, he can do it. And eventually you are going to see a world-class player next season. I can guarantee it. So I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe. Playing out on that left-hand side, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Against Southampton, he had a good game. Sheffield United, he didn't play. He's had that nice long rest. So I know he was, warming up and thinking that Mikel Arteta might have to use him, but he didn't. So, and he's still stuck on 49 goals. And it'd be nice for him to get his 50th goal. And at the moment, we don't know the circumstances on Aubameyang at the moment, but I would like to keep him. I really would. And I would like to see him get a goal in this game. So I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Leading the line in the middle of the three, I'm going to go with Eddie Nketiah. One thing I would say with Eddie, what he needs to do is he needs to improve on his decision making. When he's getting to that final third and getting into that box, what he needs to do, he needs to decide whether either he's going to go for goal himself or whether or not he's going to pass to Aubameyang or to Pepe, whoever. He just needs to tweak that up. I think he's got the quality to score goals and whatnot, but hopefully he'll have a good game in this one. So I'm gonna go with Eddie Nketiah. So guys, there you have it. That's been my preview. That's been my predicted lineup. Let me know in the comments box as always. Do you agree or do you disagree? What you would keep, what you change, and let me know of your predicted score. I'm gonna go with a Arsenal 2-0. Guys, if you are new around here, you know what to do. Make sure you are smashing that subscribe button and make sure you are leaving a like on this video. Guys, until my players' ratings after the game, I will see you lot soon. I am out of here.